Seriously. We're live. I can't. Hello. Just quickly before I say hello properly, Richard, I can't see Polly. I can only see her shoulder.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. And welcome to the Sunday Sofa with Polly Harnett and myself, Jane Morton. Obviously, Mr. Producer's in the background. If anyone preferred him to me the other week, he will be here.
Well, we had more viewers.
Oh, charming. You had more viewers with him and not me, so there you go. But I'm back, so there. Tough. You stuck with me for an hour and a half.
Yeah, you're much better looking. You're much better looking, Jane.
Well, at least I put my face on it, don't I? Not like him.
Yeah.
I did behind the camera.
Bitch, meow.
Just a couple of hands popping out of a few unicorn cards. Mr.
I really
Invisible
wish
Man.
I know this is a very strange beginning to a Sunday sofa, but we're all in a bit of a silly, jovial mood, and which is a very, very nice thing. It's always nice to be jolly, isn't it? But I do wish sometimes that you guys could hear what's going on in our ears, because we've just had an obscenity from Mr. Producer, and then you would know exactly what we have to put up with. So yeah, welcome. It's really nice to be back, isn't it, Jane? And for Jane to be back as well.
Thanks.
Not stranded in the
Well,
middle
I wasn't stranded. It was my son-in-law on his charity bike ride. But you know, we've got to do these things for family. It was for a children's charity,
dear.
so, and he only had 27 or 23 miles to finish it, so I had to drive all the way there.
Oh dear.
But there you go. He's indoors today, tucked up safely, because I told him no dramas today.
Oh, good. Right then. So who have we got joining us today, Mr. Producer? Who is on the Sunday Sofa with us today? Hello, Cheryl. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, Claire Colbeck.
Hello, Stace Shaw. How are you, Stace?
We're both well. A little bit crazy, Stace, but both well.
I'm
Hi,
definitely
Joanne
crazy.
Lewis.
Oh, getting something talking to me in the background. Bear with me. Hello, Reda Rose. What a lovely name.
Hi, Terry Wall.
Hello, Heidi Spicer. I am not hanging, no, because I didn't drink anything.
She did not. It was only me having the odd little swift drink here and there. The other two were very well behaved. Hi, Maxine George.
Hi, Keith. How are you?
Hello, Tina Place.
Happy
It was
birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. It was a reason we were out and we were yawning. Hi, Dawn Taylor.
Hello, Alison Barton, the infamous Alison Barton.
Hello, Lenny.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. B.
Hi, Natalie Russell.
Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
That's nice. Someone that actually looks forward to seeing me.
I always do.
Hi, Mary Gibson.
Hi, Rose Rose.
Hello, Jacqueline Forrester.
Oh, she needs a bit of lifting up. She's isolating. Right. Oh, no. Well, I do hope you're okay, Jacqueline.
Needs a laugh. Tested positive the other day. No, there's nothing wrong with giggling, is there?
We can hear Richard. Oh. Oops, a daisy. So you heard him say a naughty word. Hello, Margaret. How are you?
Oh, my. Hi, Rachel.
And Richard. Hi, Christine.
Polly, you going to say it? What's that? Slater Paul? Oh, yeah, we just said hello to Jacqueline. Hi, Wendy Gawley.
Hi, Ruby Moore.
Hello, Jodie.
That's Rachel again. Hi, Rachel. Rachel Palmer.
She's trying to catch us out.
I know.
Us out, is she? Hi, Mary Gibson.
Christiane, sorry.
Christiane. Hi. Hi, Bev Buttle.
Hi, Natalie Mann. Oh, she only said hello to you, Jane.
Oh, we haven't got our videos, have we, to show them? Alison, after seeing Polly and Jane's videos last night, I don't think I'll be going in much now.
Oh, Alison, you just don't know what you're missing.
Oh,
Don't worry.
I thought I looked quite good in one of them, Alison. I thought I looked very witchy. I could do very, go dress up like that for Halloween. Pamela. Hi, Pamela.
Hi, Brian. I was only joking, Natalie. Hello, lovely. Fabulous.
Okay.
So, Madame, what are we talking about today?
We are going to talk about positivity today. We're going to keep the mood positive. Well, we're going to try and keep the mood positive. Probably a few giggles in between, and I dare say I'll say something that I've had the other two laughing their heads off at some point. and I'll have to keep a straight face. But there you go. But no, we thought we'd talk about positivity. We've come out of January, which is always a gloomy, doomy month for everyone because it's the long month. And it's that month after Christmas. So February, new start, retrograde's gone. So no more of that nonsense. So we thought positive vibes is what we want to talk about today.
Yeah.
Hi, Vanessa.
After that retrograde, honestly, I had enough of whatever it was. Okay, and it was really funny because it was supposed to have been, was it Friday or Saturday that we finished that retrograde? And honestly, it feels like I've had a weight lifted off my shoulders. And like it's not, I don't ever make a New Year's resolution ever because I never keep them. But this year I sort of made one, and that was to be more social because I honestly work and never seem to do anything. And a lot of my social events are around work, which is quite interesting. So going out last night was absolutely lovely, and it felt just like normal times, didn't it? Don't you think?
It did.
It was just so nice just to go out with, I mean, a lot of people we didn't know, obviously the lovely Tina we did, and we met Mr. Tina, who was very nice, didn't we?
We did. And all our lovely grandchildren.
And sometimes you've just got to do some really childish things. So we sat and were doing ridiculous Snapchats last night, and it was so funny. But it was so childish, but it's so funny. And I think sometimes we have to sort of revert back into our inner child, don't we? And go mad a little bit occasionally.
And don't forget the singing, Polly.
Oh, the singing! I sang.
The singing. Yeah. Tina sang. I think she sang a couple of songs. You sang Love Shack. I did not sing. Well, I did a little line on the mic when you brought it to me and put it under my nose. But yeah, it was quite fun. It was fun though, wasn't it? See, I don't do New Year's resolutions, but one of mine this year was to be more honest to myself. Mm-hmm. In other words, don't do anything I'm not comfortable doing, and not to do things to just please others. Just do things I want to do. If I don't want to do something on the day, I'm not doing it. And that isn't selfish. That is just me trying to reclaim back some time for me.
Absolutely. It really
I've done very well.
Because when you said about being more honest, and then you didn't add the end bit, I thought actually you're one of the most honest, outspoken people that I actually know.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. That's never going to change.
Tina plays. It certainly was lovely, and Polly sang, bless her, and she has a lovely voice. I don't know about lovely voice, but I try hard.
It was good actually, Tina. I agree, it was good. She did do really well. The kids loved it. You had two little kids around you that liked it, and you had one of them singing on the mic.
I had a little groupie. She was so sweet. I started to make up the words because she didn't know them. I did. The words. She did.
She knew the words, Mr. P. She knew the words.
So you guys at home, what are you doing this year? What have you decided that you're going to do to improve your quality of life or to increase your positivity? Guys, let us know what you're doing. Now, it might be that you're deciding to be more social like me, because I am so not antisocial. That's a completely wrong word. I just don't have time for a social life normally. But I've already got a few things in the diary which are really good, and I'm definitely going to make more of an effort to go out, because usually it's like everyone's going out, do you want to come? No, I can't, and I'm thinking, no, not this year. I've had 2 years of stuck in. I'm out now, baby. I'm out. Okay, I'm not going to be in. So it's going to be good fun. All right, so guys, let us know what you're going to do at home.
Oh dear. She's out. She's out.
I'm out. I'm going to take pictures, like selfie pictures, and with the old camera in the mirror, all that. That's going to be me this year. That's going to be me. Wendy Lindsay, hello.
Hi, Wendy. I think I see Kaylee come out as well. So hi to Kaylee as well.
So Joanne Lewis says, Polly, I think it's a beautiful discipline to be positive all of the time, as the law of attraction works beautifully with that energy. You are absolutely right, Joanne. I do think that obviously we're human, and sometimes we, as much as positive as we can be, sometimes we get those downer days, don't we? Or downer weeks. And sometimes it isn't even our stuff. As we have talked about recently, haven't we, Jane?
Yeah,
sometimes
we have,
it isn't our stuff. It is maybe relatives of ours, it's friends of ours, or having a bad time, or illness and sadness, and sometimes we have to get that into a perspective. We need to make sure that we can help people, but we have to look after our own energy as well, because it's really important here that everything doesn't drag us down. And there is things that are going to, unfortunately, there is things that are going to drag us down. But the more positive you are, the more positive you can be, the better you can recover from it. And also, like Jane just said, sometimes you've just got to stop thinking about what everyone else wants of you and do what you need to do for you. If you aren't feeling it that night to go out, then don't go out, and be honest. I think it's one of those things, isn't it? Sometimes we need a bit of R&R, don't we?
Yeah,
and
we
just
do.
Get ourselves back on top.
So Natalie's just said she would like to learn healing to help people and animals, and sing more, need lessons in singing. So that's quite interesting, because obviously we are both healers, but you also work with animals. You do communication with animals. So Natalie, we're quite experienced in healing, but Polly's very experienced in animals. And we are animal lovers and both have animals. And singing, I actually used to sing in a choir when I was young.
Did you?
I used to sing in Portsmouth Cathedral, yes, which had lovely acoustics.
Are you
Not
going
me.
Are you going to give us a number?
No. 1, 2, 3. Well, as I said last night, the only time you catch me singing on air is when we do a Sense and Spirit or a haunty sort of night, and then I'm in the dark with infrared light, and I'll get up and do a little jig and a sing song, because you can't really see me, and that's as close as you're going to get. Well, but singing lessons. I actually wanted to go and join a choir more recently in the lockdown. I was actually thinking, do you know what? When we come out of this, I might join a choir, because obviously none of the choirs could sing. Because I just thought, that must be so uplifting. Even if you can't sing, it must be so nice to be with other people and do it, because it brought back my choir days. But yeah, healing, good idea. It's a positive thing to do, healing, and definitely brings positivity, not just to the person you're giving it to, but to the person that's doing it. If you know you're helping somebody, and it's helping them, and they come away positive with that, then it's just such a nice thing to be able to do. So,
well, they always say when you give healing, you're receiving healing, because you're basically the channel. So the channel of energy is going through yourself and then into that person.
Yeah,
so
definitely. So
definitely a good thing to do. Rose, everything starts with a thought. So I'm working on having more positive thoughts. Excellent, Rose. That's a really good thing to do, because again, we can always find a negative, can't we? But let's find a positive. Let's always find a positive in the negative. If it's raining and you wanted to go somewhere, well, you didn't go there, but you got loads of things done that day. We've got to sometimes think outside the box, turn it around a little bit there.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when I broke my leg, one of the ladies I'd met on a course I was doing online prior to breaking it, she messaged me privately and said, just a little, to lift your spirits up. When I had a knee operation, I remember how sad I felt and how isolated, because it was isolating, and of course we'd already done COVID. And she said, so just look out the window when you can and find something to smile at. And she gave me all these little tips to stay positive, because I was obviously housebound. And it was just so nice. And also, because I was doing that in lockdown prior to the accident, I was already feeling quite uplifted to a degree, but it was nice for someone to just remind me to find some small little things to stay positive. And it is true. You've got to, well, Richard, you said to me last night, didn't you? Would I like to be up dancing? Which I was. We did get up and do a few moves, didn't we, Polly? But
Yeah.
he's obviously dance. I couldn't dance for long and stuff like that. And I said there was a time I would have been upset, but I've learnt to live with my disability. And most people can't see my disability when I'm out like that, so they just think I'm a miserable whatnot. But I've learnt to live with it because there could have been worse things happen to me. So you know, you do have to stay positive. So I'm going to say this wrong, aren't I, Richard? Una, Anna. Anna Stefan. I apologise, I'm terrible with pronunciations. I'm attending more open circles as I am a newbie. That really does lift me up, as it's something I enjoy. I do have one question though. I've been told by a certain medium you can't do multiple circles at the same time, as it will be confusing. Why is this, please? I actually do 3 circles in a week with different methods of teaching connection, but there is no confusion whatsoever. Thank you.
Well, I can answer that.
I'm going to let Polly answer it first.
I can answer it by saying, don't listen to the person that's telling you that you can only do one, okay? Because if I always say to people when I do my development circle, everybody is individual. Now, I've been to circles before, and some of them I've loved and some of them I haven't, but I've learned something from all of them, if that makes sense. And not everybody in that room is going to learn the same way. I've got to see everybody in the room, the hall I work in, as an individual. Some are going to be great mediums, some are going to be great psychics, some might be, great paranormal investigators, for example. Some might be really good trance mediums. Now, I always feel that a good teacher will see your skill and they will enhance on your skills. However, why not go and try another one? One might be good for one thing, your psychic skills. One might be great for your mediumship. If you, for example, it was a church one, it might be that you wanted to be a church platform medium, and that's where you were guided and you like the philosophy. So why not go to every single one of them? It isn't confusing as long as you're not confused, basically. And if every teacher has the best intention for your learning, then absolutely, I would say do exactly what feels right to you and not what somebody else is telling you. That's my answer.
And the reason I let Polly answer it first is because she's more a medium than I am. But I agree. It's so hard when people have, as mediums and psychics and whatever, even healing. I'm a teacher in healing. We can't put our opinion on others. We can teach, we can have workshops, we can have people in our groups. Lovely Natty is looking forward to me tomorrow. That's what she likes doing one-to-ones with me. We can give our knowledge, but it's down to you to take what you take from that and go out and be your individual self. We are not here to make you mini me's of us. So circles are no different. The only thing I've ever told to people, and again, because I've not sat in a circle and my mediumship skills, I'm a psychic first and foremost, and I've always said that. But sometimes when people are starting out on a journey, they join loads of circles, or they join loads of workshops, or they go to have loads of readings, or they're dipping in and out of different mediums or psychics that are doing different things. And sometimes it gets overloaded and very confusing for the person because they can't find their niche and they're packing so much in, they can't take it and they can't actually see where their strengths are and their abilities. So it's not a bad thing as long as you are enjoying it and you're taking something from it. It's only a bad thing when you try and do too much and be too much, when actually there may be something that you're really good at that you only need to concentrate on. So I definitely agree. It's what sits right with you. No one really has the right to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. That's for your choice to make. That's Absolutely. What we tell people when we give a reading. So it's interesting, actually, because I was telling Richard in the week, a couple of people have been putting their posts up on Facebook asking different questions, and they're quite interesting questions. But one of the questions that someone put out was, why do people call themselves a psychic medium? And I read it and laughed, because I will come on and introduce myself on my Tuesday show as a psychic counsellor stroke psychic medium, because I'm a psychic, hence the psychic counselling, and that is where I'm stronger. But I am a medium. As much as I say I'm not sometimes, I know I'm a medium, but I don't feel strong in that to work solely in a mediumship way. But a psychic medium to me is because I am a psychic with mediumship skills. So in my readings, and anyone that's had readings with me, are readings with mediumship, if it comes in. So it was an interesting debate, because people were saying, oh, they're making us look bad, people calling themselves psychic mediums when you should just be a medium. But actually, what we call ourselves is entirely up to us.
Yeah, totally individual.
So it shouldn't affect anybody else working. I don't think myself saying I'm a psychic medium is affecting anybody else's business and how they're perceived, because your work is perceived by you, the individual. So as long as you're individual with what you do, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
I've pulled Oana a card, and it says, the left to the left.
Oh, what are those cards?
Reinvent yourself. Now, these are cards, my favourite new cards, introduced to me by Kate Buxton, fortune cookies.
Ooh.
Yeah. And a little box, like it goes, hello. Nice. Anyway, right, so reinvent yourself. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease of life, that says. Okay, Oana. Now, I would say to you that there's been a real massive shift going on with you. Real big shift, actually. And I want to say it's probably been around the last sort of 4 to 5 months, energetically, and almost a little bit like an Armageddon you've gone through, where things have been thrown up in the air in the last year, certainly. Things have been like pushed forward. You've realised what you do and you don't want. You've realised where you want to go, and somehow you're being quite fast-tracked along, I would say, by spirit, if that's the way you want to see it. You're being fast-tracked along. Now, I know you're doing 3 groups at the moment. I do feel like you're going to be more refined into the future, probably within the next sort of 5 months. You're going to refine down as into knowing where you want to go and who you want to teach you, for example. There could also be some altered state work coming in for you as well, and some healing type work coming in. So I would say, if you already just felt like you've been sort of like in and out of a consciousness when you're working or going really deep, take note of that, okay? And if you do feel that you do need some help there with either trance work, altered state work, this is a time when things are going to shift forward for you again. Definitely within the next 4 to 5 months with you there. Definitely take note of this shift. Like I said, you're being fast-tracked along. Sometimes it feels like you're going a million miles an hour, and which is good, but sometimes you've got to sort of sit back and take some time out and some meditation time as well. So look after your energy there, Oana. I hope that helped you.
And I've just picked peace and trust. That's my wisdom deck, and that's my spirit message deck. And when you were talking about healing and trance, when I was looking at that, I got that you actually, one of these groups actually has given you much more insight than you realise. And I do feel that you're having a little, you've definitely come out of something, because the peace card is almost making me feel like you've been like a newborn egg and you've just cracked open and everything's coming out. But in the trance side, I am seeing one of these groups bringing out a much stronger trance-like mediumship for you. But there's something logical going on with you. You're convincing yourself you need a different path. Don't do that. There's definitely a path you're meant to be on. Don't let logic get in the way. Something's telling me you're overthinking something and you're not doing the right. You're talking yourself out of where you're meant to be going. And I do see mediumship with trancing.
Oh, exciting stuff, huh? Right, what else have we got, Mr. P? And we just can see a little dragon. Hi, Deanna.
With its tongue hanging out. We've done that one, Mr. P. We have, yeah. Natalie. Can I ask about past life regression? I've tried a few times, but out of the group I go with, I've never been able to do this. When everyone else feedback their experience, can only those that are good at meditating able to do this? No, it's you. You're blocking yourself, I'm going to say. Regression isn't... When you're regressed, I mean, I've been regressed. Have you been regressed, Polly?
Well, I'm going to tell you a quick funny story. I
Here we go.
Be,
Natalie, sit back. It could be long.
I want to go for a past life regression by myself. However, I did go in a group one once, okay, and it looks like Natalie might have been in a group one as well.
Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah.
I would say definitely go on your own, okay, don't go in a group. The one I went to, there was a group of people, probably about 10 to 12 people, and there was this lady who was sort of sat next to me, and it's funny because she reminded me of Mar Larkin a little bit, but this very nice lady, and this is a long time ago. And anyway, she's the lady, the hypnotist. She was taking us down into this sort of very, trance-like state. And usually, I'll go like that, but all I could hear was this throughout the whole session, and it got louder and louder. And this woman had dribble coming out of her mouth, and I'm like like this. I was like, I can't go. I couldn't even look. I just had to shut my eyes. And when she said, did anything happen? It was like, well, no, not really. And then everyone was polite not to say anything about the snoring, but it was awful. So no, I didn't, because it was too many people there, and it wasn't an individual experience.
So I've done a couple of groups, and I've been regressed personally. One, I think you've got to be really careful who's regressing you. Like Polly mentioned, hypnotherapists. They are normally hypnotherapists that do regression work. Like our Kirsty, our lovely Kirsty. She does regression hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy is a treatment. So you need to be careful who's regressing you, because it is going into your subconscious, and it is like being hypnotized, but back in your past life, not in what's going on now. So one, it's important who's doing it. Two, I'd ask for accreditation, their accreditations as well, because it is quite a big thing. Groups are fine for tester sessions, but like Polly said, you've got someone there doing something that's going to make you either laugh or lose concentration.
Or heat.
I had a lovely medium do it. Okay. It is going to put you off, and also it's harder to let go. But there's also, if you've got blockages and you're struggling, because it is a scary thing. First time I did it, I didn't want to do it. I was scared. So I was point blank. It didn't matter how much they were talking to me through something. I was like, nope, not do, because I was scared. So it is about you. You've got to open up. You've got to, it's like when we do healing, people can get on the bed so rigid, and I go, you've got to enjoy this. You've got to be ready for this. You've got to be open to it. If you're,
then she bangs them over the head with a hammer.
Yeah,
and says,
get to sleep. And I love it when my clients snore and dribble when I'm healing, because that shows they've literally relaxed and gone with it. But you have got to enjoy it. And if you're not enjoying it, or you're nervous, you're going to straight away struggle. And also, and this is not in any way being derogative to anybody, but don't overthink other people's experiences or what they've said happened to them when they've, it's the same as in doing workshops and people are doing mediumship skills and trying to learn things. Everyone is different. Everyone is unique. You don't need to worry about what everybody else's experience is, and you don't need to question it or judge it. You just
some people are really visual, aren't they?
Yes,
some people are really visual people, and some people aren't.
I picked a card for you, and it says just ask. And when I turned it and saw the hand, it almost said to me, all the spirits around you are saying, just ask them to guide you through it, because you are being protected when you're being regressed, not just by the person doing it, but your guides, your spirit loved ones, everyone around you would be protecting you. Because regression, I've been back to 3 different types of eras, whatever you call them, of what I was and what I looked like, and different countries. I wasn't even English at the time. It is quite an eye-opener, and it also does explain a lot about what you do now in this lifetime, but you do need to be open for it, and that protection is around you. And it says on there are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of the divine source and your loved ones, friends and guides. Angels and spirit helpers are waiting to assist you. So you need to go with that and remember that everyone around you is protecting you. And maybe regression at the moment you're not quite ready for, and just do a bit more work on yourself, because any kind of spiritual work, especially when you're opening up to it, there are still going to be blockages. And I have days where I think I can't do this today because my own mind, my own personal space is clouded, and that's someone that's working as a psychic. So you just got to trust it and be open to it. But it's quite an interesting thing to have done, but it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Maybe it isn't.
No.
Plus the fact, there's also, if you've tried that, Natalie, and it hasn't maybe worked, it might be worth trying to go to a shaman, a shamanic practitioner, because I myself do it now, and there's a journey called past life healing, and I've done it on a few people now, and it's quite incredible how they're seeing their blockages, or they're seeing what's going on, or they're going back to a previous existence, for example. Sometimes it's the past of this existence as well. Actually, it's not always a past existence.
No.
So it just might be worth trying something like a shamanic healing journey, because they are actually very, very good, very insightful and very interesting, and can often remove or help to remove that blockage, if you like. So absolutely.
Natalie's put shamanic drummer. Is that saying she's doing that? Because
there's
a
a question
mark.
mark
Was she
there.
asking?
So I think that, I mean, they do use drums and rattles.
Yeah, they do use
like
drum. That. Yeah, but you don't have to have a drum to connect to any shamanic work either. It's what you're drawn to. I remember I did a group regression, and all I remember is the woman talking us back to being 10 somewhere, and the next thing I know, I wasn't anywhere they were, and I was in this old-fashioned library, but it wasn't in this space. It was like probably up in the universe, and I was literally flicking through these really old books, and I realized I had literally jumped the gun, was up in the Akashic records reading my own life of my previous. So I wasn't even paying attention to the regression lady in the group. I'd literally just gone whoosh bang in there, having a little nose about
what you needed to do.
But I was already working, doing what I'm doing, so maybe it was a bit like, oh, this is a bit tame for me. While they're there, I'm just going to pop up there. So, you know, it is what it is. You can't always follow somebody. It's like meditations. Not everyone that works meditates. Sometimes I meditate in a car on the way to somewhere, not with driving, because that'd be a bit worrying. But you have to do things to quickly get yourself into the zone, because it's not always convenient to have these lovely long periods of meditation before you work. But a lot of people still don't meditate when they work. So meditation isn't always the key. It does help, but not everyone can do it. It's whether you're relaxed. And obviously on that day, I was just, I don't need this. I'm going to pop up here. But thanks for getting me in that subconscious state so I could do it. So that's what I got from it. So just go with the flow. But if you're not ready, don't do it again yet until you're ready.
Yeah, definitely. So, we got some feedback. Anna, yes, definitely a huge shift, as my gifts are coming up online. Trance, I think, is way too far out for me, as I am new to this. One day, don't ever say never. And yes, I do overthink stuff. Oh wow, trance mediumship. Well, wherever my gifts and guides take me, I will trust that. Thank you so very, very much for your time and energy. You're welcome, Oana.
And remember what I said, don't use the logic, go with the path. Whether it looks way out, it's obviously where you're meant to be going.
Absolutely. I've got somebody in my group who came to me to learn to develop their mental mediumship, and actually is going down the altered state work, well, without a doubt. It's just happening, and she didn't even really want it to happen. However, now she's more relaxed with it. She's going with the flow of it, so it's good.
Definitely.
Hi, Mark.
Many more.
Hi,
hello, Natasha. Go on.
Hi, Donna.
Hello, Carrie.
That's our backgrounds.
Thank you.
It's only because Jane's house is a mess, so you can't see
it.
She's just behind.
I don't do housework. You want to see it behind there? Yeah, you want to know what I really do.
Yeah.
Hi, Jenny Bennett. I was just wondering, what's the best way to do meditation? I can't seem to switch my brain off, thanks. I suppose...
Well, the way I meditate, it depends what you're meditating for.
Yeah.
To be fair, if I am meditating to work, all I'm doing is breathing techniques to loud music. Now that loud music could be Bon Jovi, it could be Enya, it could be whatever I choose it to be. Okay.
Love Shack,
if you want. Honestly, I have meditated to random songs that are loud and powerful. and some have got words, some are classical, some aren't. My latest one, which is really trippy, is oh, but I can't tell you what it is because I've just forgotten. But it's the two cellos. If you've ever heard of the two cellos, please do look them up, okay? Because they are absolutely brilliant. And obviously, two very quite good-looking guys, I have to say, worth watching, with their cellos. And they're obviously doing instrumental versions of lots of different songs, and they are incredible to do to meditate to. Now that would be my meditation to work, to wake up my senses, to wake up my brain, to connect. However, if you're meditating to switch off or to relax or for maybe anxiety or whatever it is that you're doing it for, then you have to realize that you're going to have something that's a little bit more, well, either guided maybe. I struggle with guided meditations because I'm a bit like Jane said a minute ago, my head can go off somewhere else. I can go shooting off in to another dimension, another place, another planet. So I would say if you're meditating to connect, then try breathing exercises. So breathe into your center. Imagine all of your connections to everything literally falling away from you, and then do exercises to like wake up your third eye and your crown. So I always teach my students to breathe in through their third eye and out through their crown, but like I said, to a real strong breath there. Another thing to do for connection, which is really good, we have a clear quartz point there. It's only a little one, but if you point it at your head, at your forehead, at your third eye, and imagine breathing in energy through that, it really clears your third eye, and then breathing it out through your crown. It's a bit of a pain to hold it there.
And you look like a unicorn.
I thought you were going to say something worse then.
What on air?
So that's real. For any you guys developing at home and really wanting to clear that third eye energy, so clear quartz point, okay, pointing at your third eye. Imagine breathing in like fifth dimensional energy through there and breathing out through your crown and taking that connection up. Obviously ground yourselves first, or else you'll be up in the sky and we'll have to get you by the leg and pull you back down to earth. So
but I think guided meditations work well for new people, because they can have someone talk them through something, and you feel like you're listening. But yeah, it's true, I can't work with guided meditations as much now, because as soon as I'm relaxed and I'm in my place and they're talking, the next thing I know, I'm waking up at the end of it. I've been all over the place, but I've been nowhere where that guided meditation was taking me. So I've realised quite a long time back that guided meditations are not really where I need to be now. But like Polly, I play music. Because we both work with Rouhani healing, we had a dedicated CD made with Rouhani music on it. And if I'm going to heal somebody, I tend to play that in the morning before that I actually work with them, because like we were saying, we heal ourselves. I tend to get in my own zone of that. But I also play a lot of different meditation music, like Celtic music, Indian. I just play things on my CD player, because I'm still old fashioned, to get me in the zone during the day, to just put me in a calmer place. But you could do housework, anything. I mean, not everyone enjoys that. Obviously, I don't, because that's where the board's up. But you could do anything that gives you a form of. I mean, I like to clean my house before I have people in it to read, because I like to know it's clean.
Because it stinks.
Not because because it stinks. Not because the dog stinks, but no. See, I knew they were going to. But
it's lovely.
It's just my way of cleansing. I know I'm going to work with someone, so I want to cleanse the house. I want to cleanse. So it's just how you work. So Mr. P's giggling his head off here. It is just a way of cleansing your brain, and you can tap your forehead as well if you haven't got a unicorn piece of crystal like Polly, and you don't want to use something as big as I've got here, because that could knock you out. But you could literally just or your crystal ball. Don't put that anywhere near your head. But you can literally just tap your third eye. Oh, yeah. Are you going to be quiet, Mr. P? It's Jenny. Seriously, this is what we've got to work with. I don't know what's that of him. He's childlike. But you tap your forehead to open up your third eye, and just sit there and actually just sit in the moment. Just have, especially these days, just have 5 minutes to yourself. That is a form of meditation. Stare at a candle. It's a form of meditation. People get a little bit trapped in the meditation, don't they? Think you've literally got to sit there, look like you're in a situation, and you haven't got to do that. You've got to close yourself down, and you can actually have your eyes open to do it. There's a lot of hype with it.
Yeah, and if, like you have just said, thank you so much, I seem to get so far, then it just stops. Do it for as long as it takes.
It stops, yeah.
Don't think you have to do it for half an hour. Do it for 5 minutes if you want to. You probably don't. Just do what makes sense to you. I've pulled you a card, and we have twists and turns from the fortune cookie deck. And it says, carefully made plans could be thrown out of the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with all of the upheaval. Yes, basically that's saying to you, Jenny, that I want to say you've probably taken on a little bit more than you can manage, all right, or that a lot of people seem to be needing you right now. Now, that's great, okay, but you can't sort of, let's say, help everybody, save everybody. People need to take some responsibility for themselves with you there. And I want to say that other people's disappointments also are being put upon yourself. Now, this is a time for you, like I said, you've got to be strong, sitting in your power. I do actually feel like sometimes a nice hot bath, if you have a bath, a lot of people don't have showers at the moment, candles and music, it doesn't need to be anything else, okay, but just switch off, do some breathing, take some time to yourself, go for a walk if you're anywhere near a beach, go for a walk in the woods if you're not near a beach, just somewhere here where you can just sort of get out of everybody's way and just get your strength and energy back there. So try not to, as well, if something doesn't work out for you, basically, all the people around you, it's because it's not supposed to. And we have to remember that. It's not our journey sometimes. We think it's our journey. We think it's supposed to happen for us. And then sometimes, things get blown up and out of the water. So I want to say, just put things into a perspective. Always think if something doesn't work, it's because something better's coming along.
Yeah.
That's what I really do need to say to
and
you
I,
right now.
I just want to say, as lovely as the beach is, I want you to go actually near to trees. I feel there's a big pull. Maybe it's to do with the meditation, but you need to be pulled into the trees, almost back to Mother Nature. I picture you come to the edge, so I do feel there's a lot going on at the moment, and it's not pushing you over the edge. It's not as dramatic as that, but I do think in a way it's taking you to the edge, but actually you need to test your own boundaries and not let people test them for you. But I am getting a massive pull for you to go back, be around trees. Don't hug them if you don't want to, or kiss them. I know people do like doing that, but there is a pull for some reason for you to be near Mother Nature, and I think that might be what's causing some of the blockages when you're trying to meditate. But also I think there's a little bit of chaos going on around you, and I keep getting the 9th around you, the number 9 around you, and I actually want to say it is the 9th of February. I don't know if there's something going on the 9th of February. It's quite strong. I'm getting that quite clear. So let us know if that makes any sense.
Oh, she's
yeah.
So sorry about that, Jenny. Yeah, tapping into that. I'd need more time on that one. Yeah.
I wonder if the 9th is something to do with him then, because
yeah,
I'm also I know it's coming up for Valentine's, but I'm also getting reds, like they're not flowers, they're like love heart petals. Something's been thrown towards you, and I am getting still that 9th quite strong. So I wonder if that's something to do with your husband.
I've got a gentleman coming forward for you, Jenny, but I don't know that if this is your husband, because like I said, when we do this today, we're very quick, and we're having to do lots of sort of other comments and readings and everything. I've just got a gentleman coming in, and he's making my stomach area, especially like with an acid or like an acid indigestion. It feels like there was problems with the stomach area or around the pancreas area. Does this make any sense to you, Jenny? Because this gentleman's just come in here and he's got loads of love here. I just keep feeling like there's either medication that would have made his stomach bad, because I feel, like it's a real acid horrible feeling going on there that was with him on the earth plane. Now he is showing me that there's something around the last 2 weeks of his life, so quite a rapid decline over the last 2 weeks going on with him. Keeps showing me a daughter, so it should be a daughter specifically that he's talking about, that he's worried about. So I just need to know whether this is your partner or if it's a father figure in your life. And he's also suddenly making me feel like my breath is really sort of a problem as well towards the end. He's also in and out of consciousness towards the end of his life as well. So it's like sometimes he feels lucid and sometimes he is not here, if that makes sense. Are we getting any feedback on that, Mr. Producer?
No, not at the moment.
It passed it's popped up. He passed suddenly and our daughter turned 9.
Okay.
I think the gentleman that I've got through, he's talking about 2 weeks before, okay, that there's definitely something going on with his stomach area, or there's an acid indigestion that feels like it's going up towards like the heart or heartburn, okay? So please let me know if he had suffered with this before he went. It's definitely that I'm getting there. So he would have said about this problem, all right, but then it's going, like I said, a heartburn, it's going up to the heart. It feels like there's a couple of things going on there. He comes through with a lot of love. He's talking about his hair. It keeps going like that. So I don't know if he was starting to lose some hair or something, or he's a bit paranoid about the hair. A really good guy and worked really hard as well. Quite a stress head sometimes. He's saying that he sort of used to sort of try and provide and try and do this and try and do that. He was really on it. Sometimes he took life a bit too seriously, as in like the keeping everybody together, keeping everything stable, especially around work situations. I hope this makes sense to you, Jenny, because it's definitely showing me that. Let me know. Yeah, he just worries about the daughter specifically because it feels like she's having, or she's being very sensitive or having quite a hard time around this, passed up a heart attack. And Jenny, like I said, I definitely am feeling like there's some indigestion feelings going on, or there's something going on there, all right, that was prior to 2 weeks before. From 2 weeks before, he keeps showing it to me. He's showing a lot of love around the situation at the moment. He is showing me a girl and a boy, so there should be a girl and a boy that he's sending love down to. And he's talking about the mirror. So I feel like just watch the mirror. Now, I'm not quite sure if the mirror's secure or it's something you're seeing something in the mirror. I can't seem to have to keep. That's why. He was so good to us and done everything for us. Yeah, he's a really good guy. Like I said, he works really hard when he was down on the airplane. Very much around you, very much a person that wants to be protecting you. He just wants you to be all right. I know that you more than likely aren't feeling all right at the moment, but he needs you to carry on, okay? Even though he knew that there was something going on, I don't feel like he went to the doctor, or he should have maybe gone to the doctor, but he's saying that no one would have known, no one could have done anything. He doesn't want you to feel guilty around anything, and he's just sending so much love to you all. So I hope that makes some sense to you, Jenny. Hello, Helen.
Hello, Christine.
Hello, James. From Ireland.
Ooh. Hello from the Bay Area, Marissa.
Where's the Bay Area? Hey,
America.
Concessa. Hello, Concessa.
Hello, Zoe Brown.
He loves us. We love you, Zoe. We love you all.
I love these two. Oh, you wouldn't have loved us last night. Hi, Siobhan. What would happen if you put a crystal ball on your head now that you said don't do it?
I have a crystal ball over there.
Because they're big, Siobhan. Well, you can get little tiny. I've got a few little ones up there actually, but I can't reach them. But my crystal ball, I don't know about you, Polly, it's massive. You wouldn't put that on your head. I wouldn't even be able to balance it.
There's a little teeny one, but I've got a bigger one.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I've got a few. I've got a little amethyst one. I've got a red jasper one, and I've got a tourmaline one. But yeah, my proper crystal ball is very big. You would not stick. Well, that's what I said. I was doing a "Don't do this at home, children" advert, Siobhan.
I've got loads of balls. Look.
It's all right. It's not because it would do any other damage than physical damage. It's not dangerous. Well, actually, it might be dangerous if it was somebody else's crystal ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was being flippant. I do apologise. Slap my hand. Must be my late night. What else have we got, Mr. P?
Alison.
Terry, we can heckle Polly and Jane in much. Well, no, you can't actually, Alison. Polly's just did say to me last night, because we are a little bit worried that these people keep dropping out. Well, we're not. We're not worried. Mr. P and Ashley might be. And she said, Jane, if anyone else drops out, you're coming up on platform with me. I went, Polly, no, I'm not. And it's as simple as that. I'm not.
Oh,
You're not.
she will.
So you're not heckling me. I can assure you. Oh, when the Sunday sofa's on, you dare heckle us live.
Oh yeah, we'll
Dare,
just drag them up on the sofa with us.
Stace, do you think that sometimes people use positivity in a negative way, i.e. to avoid facing fears, trauma, and do you feel this could be detrimental to their mental health? I think people put on a positive front to the outside world, but I don't think you can actually. So you could be in work and pretend to be okay, but inside be struggling with something personal in your life. You could sit with your friends and just, do your normal activities, but you've got something on your mind, but you don't want to share it. That's a different kind of positivity. That's going out, putting a front on, and then going back and dealing with whatever it is that you're not ready to share. I don't think you can actually be positive. Well, not like me and Polly. You couldn't be like me and Polly and it'd be in a negative way, even to us, because as we both have said before, if we've got moments where we're having a down day, because we're not perfect, we are human ourselves, we tend to obviously not work and we tend to sort ourselves out, do whatever makes us happy so that we can go back and carry on with our work. And our work is a form of counselling, however you want to look at it. So obviously other people's problems and what they share with us will have a negative effect on us to a degree. And that's why we have to stay looking after ourselves so that we can carry on doing our work. But no, detrimental to your health only if you are not dealing with issues in your life and going out constantly putting on the old-fashioned way of putting on a brave face, but knowing that deep inside things are getting worse. That's more where you are going down that mental health route and you obviously need help. I don't think you can actually put positivity if you were a positive person. I mean, I always see my glass half full, especially last night. But I'm a half full person. I never see my glass half empty. Despite anything that's happened in my life, I will always see the positives in whatever happens to me. Even if I'm crying, screaming, or having a meltdown, I will always find something positive, and I'm a great one to go, oh well, there's someone else who having a worse situation than me. So I don't think if you're a positive person in general, it can be negative. It's only when you're suffering with your mental health and you're putting a front onto the outside world. That's
I totally agree. Yeah. Because if you think, I mean, just for example, and sadly, and more so over this last 2 years, there have been people that have taken their own lives. And a lot of people that have been surrounding them hadn't got a clue. They hadn't got a clue where they were. They hadn't got a clue mentally how they were. They felt like they had to put on a brave face for whatever reason. They felt like they had to put on a brave face. Maybe they were trying to be positive, genuinely trying to get through it. But inside they were feeling absolutely shocking. I don't think it's ever negative to be positive, as long as you do talk to somebody about what is going on. Because if you think about the difference of, this is an example, there's some people that put every single drama or trauma all over Facebook or Instagram, and as much as I'd want to help them, I know that I can't help them because they're in this really negative downset where if they came for a reading, I'd tell them, look, this is this is maybe not so good at the moment, however it's going to get better because that's what the cards are saying or their loved ones are saying. But they don't believe it and they don't want to, and they're so used to living in this drama and negative state that they don't actually know how to live in any other state. No. And maybe their parents have been the same, or maybe their partner's the same, or whatever. I think you have to see for yourself sometimes that life has to change. Like I said, if sometimes it's draining for me, I've had to unfollow people that are so negative on Facebook, and then they share, the year later they'll share it again. I'm not talking about something that was traumatic and something they might need help with, but generally draining negative things, for example, that I've put out there and put out there and put out there, and I will never comment on them and say, You're right, hun. I actually hate that, right?
Yeah.
I will private message them and say, are you okay? You know, is there something you'd like to talk about? You know, is there any way, you know, would you want to talk? What, you know, or I can maybe say to them, I know a really good therapist, you know, if you're ready. Oh,
the wind's just blown something over and the dog thinks there's someone outside.
Yeah, you know, I would never jump on the bandwagon of, you know, and people, if I private message them, they don't have to tell me why they're having a bad day. But sometimes they just need someone to talk to. And I can, you know, I know so many therapists that do so many different things, you know, and places that they could go to try and get help. And it's up to them whether they do that or not. And you can't make anybody, unfortunately.
No. And I think with social media, as brilliant it is that here we're on a platform now doing this, and it has helped in lots of ways. It can be a very negative place, and too many people live their lives through social media, and too many people put their life on social media, and once it's on there you can't take it back. You can take it down, but someone's, you know, has already seen it. So I think the pressures of life today have made things worse, and there's this feeling that people are having this perfect life on social media and on Instagram, especially with celebrities, that puts fear and trauma on people, that they may then try and follow that or try and look positive because it always looks like someone's having more, you know, it's got more than you, and that isn't the case. It's not real. We're not real. That's what I say. It's none of it's real. It's quite worrying how social media has got into people's heads, into their lives, and put out, you know, before we only had to read it in newspapers. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would say no is my answer to that. Hello, Shirley Jones.
Hello, Shirley.
Oh, my favourite place.
I've never been to New York.
Oh,
I've never been to New York.
You start spreading the news. I love it. Marissa, my best friend is in a coma due to complications from a traumatic brain injury. Please send prayers, love and light. Of course we will, Marissa. We will do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will send out healing as soon as I've finished here today. Fiona, this is all very new to me. Is high-pitched ringing in the ear from spirit? Yes, it is. But sometimes it isn't just, let's say, spirit. It is your vibration changing, or them, let's say, the spirit, your soul. It's like vibrational changes. So for you to become more, let's say, intuitive, for you to be able to listen, to be able to hear more, it doesn't always have to be spirit. Sometimes it's literally your higher self that you should be listening to. Sometimes it is your guide. Sometimes it is spirit. But whatever it is, yes, as long as you have had tinnitus ruled out, for example,
and your hearing aids turned down.
Yeah. So do get checked. If it's like a continuous thing, obviously please do go to the doctor and get that checked, because there are obviously like tinnitus and other things, inner ear infections and all sorts of things it could be. However, if this is new to you and it's coming intermittently or at certain times, or you may be relaxing or maybe meditating and you're getting that high-pitched ringing in your ear, it's probably because they're trying to tune you in, if you like, to spirit and other dimensions, or like I said, your higher self, your higher being.
I'm actually going to, I've just picked your card, Fiona, support, from my spirit deck, my spirit messages deck. And when I turned it over, I actually got that it is your vibrational energy that's probably, you're unbalanced and don't fit. We're not going back on unbalanced in that way. You're obviously awakening to something, but you're not balanced with it. And I do feel that where the frequency is changing, there's people around you. I don't know if you're going to relate to this. I feel there's some people around you that you are starting to see in a different way, or you're finding maybe a little bit irritated around. And that is actually where this is coming from, because when we start to open up, when we start to move in a different vibrational energy, we will leave people and old ways behind. It is, unfortunately, some people don't like it, but it is how we awaken, because some things are not always good for us, but also people in our life, they come in for a reason. There's always a reason people are in our life, and when they leave, there's a reason for that as well. And those that stay, great, but we shouldn't hang on to too much around us if it's not giving our servants any purpose. So I do feel there's some emotional entanglements going on, some people around you at the moment that are probably you're starting to vibrate, and you're struggling between that vibrational transformation. So let me know if that makes any sense.
And you got connect with nature there, and that card says you're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. This is another bit of a tree hugging type card. But sometimes you have to just get out. Sometimes you just have to spend that time alone. Like we said earlier with another lady on here, sometimes you have to take some time to find out who you are. And it is a really important thing, especially if you're running around after everybody else. We can forget we have a role, don't we, as a mother or a partner or a daughter or whatever we are, or an employee. But sometimes we forget exactly who we are. And I think this is a sign for you at the moment to get out in nature. Again, wherever you like in nature. Could be a middle of a field, it could be a beach, it could be a woods, it could be a forest, it could be your garden. Okay, but what matters is that you're spending time out there, outside, listening to things you haven't heard for a long time, like the birds singing or noises, whatever. But just start sitting with yourself, sitting in your own power. Just lock yourself in somewhere, all right, nice and safely, to take that time, okay, to let spirit come close to you, or your guides come close to you, or to listen to your higher self. So it's a really, really interesting time for you, Fiona, and many actually in the world at the moment who are also waking up to new energies. So thirsty today.
I'm thirsty today.
Must be all the orange juice and lemonade I drank last night.
First, it's all that dancing and singing. Have we got any other comments, Mr. P, or do you want to do the adverts? Let's do the adverts. Okie doke. Yes, I know. Okay then. So, lovely people, tonight we have it's new, isn't it? It's a free mediumship development class. It's limited spaces. Is it on Zoom only, or via Zoom, and it's pour Cecile. So it's a new VIP Zoom. So tune into that at 7 p.m. tonight. What's next? Over to Polly.
Right, I can only see half of the advert, but I think it's tomorrow from
11.
And it is brunch with the lovely Alison Barton. And does she have guests?
She does.
It's you tomorrow.
Oh, that's gonna. What? Just your hands? Just your hands.
So tune in to watch Alison.
Tune in to watch Mr. P's hands. That's going to be hard for Alison, isn't it? Just talking to herself.
Lovely hands.
And then in the evening, we have at 8 p.m. UK time, the lovely Matt and Kirsty with their mediumship and oracle card readings. So there's a fun packed day and a new event tonight. Oh, and then on Sunday, the 13th of March at 7 p.m, we have a live demonstration of trance, live on location, I do believe, with the lovely Polly. I don't know. So that's free to all VIP members. So will that go out on Zoom, or will that go out? It's on Zoom,
It is free to VIP.
It is. And if you haven't seen Polly in trance, get yourselves on there because it's worth watching. Not that I'm biased. Oh, and the last one, if you haven't already seen our flyers and advertised on the SPTV website, we are doing our very own event. And in the evening, we have the lovely Polly, the lovely Bill Hughes, and the lovely Kirsty and Matt, who will be on platform at 7:30. And that's the 11th of June, because I can't see that either. It is the 11th of June. So make sure you come down on the day for our event, but also make sure you're there in the evening for those, because that will be fun.
If anybody would like a table, we're full for readers at the moment. We can always take maybe a sort of last minute list if you are a reader, and if we get any people drop out due to illness or anything. But if you sell crystals or jewellery or do spiritual paintings, art, if you're a healer, please do let us know, and we will send you a link so that you can have a table at our event.
Yeah, anything holistic, contact Richard and get yourselves booked on for a stall. It will be fun, and anyone that's local, get yourselves down there. We want to see you, because it won't be that far away, because it's only a couple of weeks and we'll be all in our spiritual weekend. So time flies and gets round very quickly.
Hello, Petra.
Hello, Shanice.
Hi, Margaret.
Hi, Stargazer Jill.
Hello, Heidi Spicer. Best thing to do, unfollow the negative Annies as they are draining. We all moan sometimes, but some are constant. Absolutely. And I love the fact that, for example, you know, me and Jane are good friends, and I mean, we could have a chat, and it could start off with a 5-minute moan about things, and then it ends up in something ridiculous and funny. So I mean, we all have a little moan sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. Letting a bit of our day out sometimes, and sometimes it does turn out so funny, and it's just letting off a bit of steam. But you know, then we end up taking the mick out of each other. So you know, it all good again.
And remember, we have to have negative people in the world. It is balance. It's still balance. We can't all be positive. We need, as mad as that sounds, we can't all be the same, because then that would even be more boring and a little bit.
It would.
So there are a reason there are negative people there, but you do not have to be around people that are draining you for whatever reason. That's your choice. Everyone has personal choice. It is your choice how you live your life. It is nobody else's choice. So it's your decision how you be around people.
Rose.
That says. Rivet.
I have been on my spiritual journey and seems I've hit a plateau. Do you ladies have any suggestions or ideas why this might be happening? Jane, do you want to go first?
Well, it could just be you've not found your niche. It could just be that what you've been doing on your journey hasn't. You might have enjoyed it in the beginning, but maybe you're not enjoying things you've learned so far, and you need something else. So you may need to look a little bit wider. And as we've just been talking about being around negativity, maybe you're not around the right people that are enhancing you. Maybe you need more growth. You need to be around people that you can grow with. Again, it could just be personal. We all reach a plateau. We all reach a bit of a stalemate or a bit of a stumbling block. I've often found that I've pulled the chariot card without pulling it, because our own personal life will get in the way. It does happen. Things will happen around us. It's how quick we adjust and get back on our sort of journey to carry on doing what we do. We can't allow others, even if they are our family and friends, to stop us. They can hinder us, but we mustn't allow it to stop us. So maybe something in your life is personally happening that's put you on that plateau. Maybe maybe it is just your time to rest. We do have rest periods.
Oh yeah, I took a whole 3 months off once.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd never do it again, but I did, and it came back stronger. So I've pulled you a card, Rose, and it is practice, practice, practice. Can you see that, Mr. P? Yes. Okay. So it says, with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Now, if you look at this card, they're very much in some sort of cave there. And at the moment, like I said, it's like practice, practice, practice. There's a big opening there. Okay, this is sort of, let's say, your higher self, the higher world, more to the world, if you like. But sometimes, a bit like Jane said, but sometimes it might be that you need a new teacher or coach or mentor. Sometimes it's exploring other avenues, things that you haven't done before. Sometimes it's using the skills that you have because they've reached a plateau so that you can carry on working with them. Now, I say to my group and other people that mediumship or psychic development, it's like driving a car. You can have somebody sat next to you in the driving seat with the multiple controls or the extra controls there, and you're all safe because they're there. All right, because you know that if something happened in your car when you're having your driving lessons, they're going to put the brake on for you, or they're going to tell you to stop, they're going to tell you to turn left, right, or go forward. However, when you have got to that point where you're maybe too good to be in that group, or you need to start moving on or start doing it yourself. This is what I want to say with you, Rose, is that you need to start practicing, like actually doing it on people. So if you're doing cards, if you're doing mediumship, if you have learnt and you're at a certain, let's say, point, you know, even if you don't want to take money for it, and I've said this before, do it for charity. All right, your favorite charity. Now that could be a cancer charity, it could be a stroke charity, whatever means something to you. So, you know, any money that they give you or exchange for you, they still know you're developing. That money's going to go in a pot and it's going to go to that charity. Okay, but you will never learn unless you throw yourself out into the world. Okay, and I did a bit of that myself when I first was going out there. I thought, do you know what? I'm a bit scared to say that I want to take the money. So if I say it's for charity, which it was for charity, because I used to pay for the into the RSPCA. I now do other charity work and other charity things. So any money I had went into like the RSPCA pot in the shop. I just popped it in, that £5 or £10 or whatever it was. But you will not develop until you are in the car yourself. Okay.
Just quickly though, I picked soul. I knew my teeth would play out sooner or later. Soul solitude. And I actually feel maybe you actually do need some time out anyway for yourself now. You need to actually reflect on what you need and what you and yeah, maybe use what you've learned, but actually you do need to come back on yourself. And just quickly, I don't know if you're still on Rose, but there is I'm feeling some sort of technology interference with you. I don't know if you've been on your iPad, phone or anything too much. That is actually clouding your. I feel like there's a technology frequency interfering with you. Don't know where I got that from, but that's what I'm getting, that you might need to stay off your technology a bit and tune into your inner self. That could be what's stopping you. So yeah, there we go. We're going to squeeze one last one in. No, I'm joking.
There's always room for a little one.
There's always room for a little one. Shanice, we're staying for another 2 hours, should we, Polly? Is spirit messing with me? My fire alarm and bedroom light keeps going off randomly. Never happened before. Been in there 5 years. Could be the retrograde. Could be the retrograde, couldn't it? Is it messing with you? Well, I don't know. Do you think it's messing with you? What do you reckon, Polly?
I'm always a debunker, as in when something like that's going to happen, especially a fire alarm. Okay, and if is that fire alarm a battery fire alarm, or is it plugged into the mains like the ones we have in the house? Now we've got extra ones as well, but ours are into the mains. Now it really would be worth, because it's a fire alarm, just getting that checked out. That's my first thing. I don't put everything down to spirit. You know, there's some certain things that are. However, if you're feeling maybe that there's things going on around you in your life at the moment that are maybe tricky, sometimes the spirit will come in, your spirit loved ones will come in to try and just show that they're there. It's important that you acknowledge it. First of all, debunk it, then acknowledge it. All right. Yeah. If you acknowledge it and say hello to whoever it is, you might find that it stops. But just, I definitely, if it's a fire alarm, because they are very important things.
Yeah.
Please do get that checked out.
And is it happening at night time, Shanice? Because I had that actually with my fire alarm. And again, although we don't put everything down to spirit, if there's a fault with your fire alarm and it's a warning, spirit will intervene to do that, to get you to check it. So it could just be your fire alarm needs checking and your light's faulty and there's electric fault. But spirit could also be intervening to say, get this sorted, pay attention to it, don't keep putting it off. Especially if it's happening at night. Yeah, I think they should check it, actually. That's what I got, check it. I've been spending a lot of time in my bedroom and it's happened since. Well, it's telling you to get out your bedroom then, isn't it?
Get out.
Get out your bedroom, Shanice. Get out now. Get out, check the battery and stop being in your bedroom. Yeah. That's what it's telling you. Well, Polly did say I was direct. There's no,
she is direct.
I am very direct. I think you need to get it. I'm going to say, because I did get a nighttime feeling around that. But if you're in there, and you know, again, I'm not. We did have a little joke. We're having a little joke, but I am quite direct, Shanice. if you're spending too much time in your bedroom and it's happening, it is actually saying, you know, come on, get yourself out there a bit more. I know the weather's can be lousy and the months can be lousy this time of year, but you do need to still focus on getting out and about. So I've been decorating a doll's house. Wow, where did you get the doll's house from, Shanice, as well? Where? Yeah.
If that's a second-hand doll's house, I would cleanse it.
But seriously, cleanse it. You should have washed that down before you started painting it, that's for sure.
I'm going to wash that thing right out.
She's hiding in the bedroom. Why are you hiding in the bedroom with a doll's house, Shanice? Come on, this is getting worse. Okay, I'm getting all sorts of visions in my head now. Poltergeist meets Amityville Horror.
In doll form.
In doll form. I've just quickly pictured vulnerability. And I know we've just joked about it, but are you feeling a little bit like that at the moment? I mean, you know, lovely if you like restoring things, especially if it's an old-fashioned doll's house. But is it a way of retreating? Are you retreating back in yourself? Because I'm getting a feeling of solitude around you and something you're seeking something. And maybe you have connected a bit to the guides around you, to your loved ones around you, and they're just letting you know they are with you and not to be too solitude in that. Again, if you're enjoying the project, that's fine. But what is it that's brought you in there? Because I feel so it has brought you back into that. It's a second-hand doll's house. I never thought of that, and it's a surprise for the kids.
Get the sage out, my lovely.
So she's got to hide in there because obviously the kids can't see it. I would cleanse it, even if you've been working on it and started painting it. I'd still cleanse it. Get, like Polly said, get some sage out, get a spray out, do a little cleansing ritual around it. Obviously, some people feel silly doing that. If you've got a pendulum, a dowser, douse around it. Do whatever to it. Whatever you do, don't set fire to it.
I just got the name Paul around you, Shanice. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know if Paul is down here or Paul is up there, but there's a gentleman called Paul. I keep feeling that there's something to do with the heart and a sudden passing. I don't know if it's like an aneurysm in the. Can you get an aneurysm in the heart? It smells like something's gone pop, like bang, or like that. Bless him. He's got quite a sense of humour, and I would say he's like laughing. He's quite inappropriate as well, but not in a really bad way. But it's like one of those people that starts laughing and laughing and laughing at just something, or says something really like almost like a bit like me and the lovely Jane when we get going. You know, there's like a little innuendo there. All right, this gentleman's just coming forward, and he doesn't feel particularly old. I want to say he should be around his 50s or 40s or 50s. A biggish guy, jolly guy. He definitely was up and down with his weight, all right, as well. If this doesn't make sense to you, Shanice, it will on somebody on here. I want to say he did like his gold in the past as well, because I keep seeing a gold chain or a gold necklace there. If that doesn't make sense, my granddad had a sudden passing with his heart just randomly. Do you know if he liked a bit of gold or he had a gold chain or something? He loves a laugh. Yeah, he is, honestly, is a bit inappropriate. He's a bit like, he's like firing naughty things into my head at the moment. I'm not allowed to say them online. If it was a private reading, I would, Shanice.
Yeah, I got him saying in a jovially way, it was just time for a little nap. It was weird. I felt like he was laughing and saying it was just time for a little nap, but also in the more or less, because obviously she has said she's gone into herself a little bit. He's sort of saying that in a way that he had said, oh, I was just having a little nap when he passed. But he's saying to her, you know, be mindful of it's all right when we're tired and retreating, but he is saying I feel he's saying you're spending too much time within yourself. He's in that jovial way. He just wants you to come back out and be. I feel like you're normally quite fun, sunshiny sort of person, and you seem to be a little bit down on yourself at the moment. But I don't know if that's a saying that he used to say, because he just said, "Oh, just having a little nap." That's how I feel. Just having a little nap.
It was also showing me Christmas dinner. He's like really beefed out on Christmas dinner here, okay? And he's like showing me here, it's like literally I've left dinner and I'm like
having a little nap. Just having a little nap.
That should make sense.
Yeah.
I want to say you might have had a bit of sleep apnea as well, because he keeps showing me here that he probably stopped breathing in his sleep. And it's something that maybe somebody used to have to poke him to sort of bring him back to the world, if you like, because he's laughing about this. He's quite a character, Shanice. I want to say he is definitely around you and around the house. So if you do cleanse the house, do cleanse, like I said, your doll's house, but do get that checked out with the electricity, because it could be something. I've been going back to bed a lot. Yes, normally I've been quite reserved, and yes, Christmas was a big thing at my nan's, and he did love a nap himself. Yeah, he's bless him. He's very much around. Can you please send his love to everybody, Shanice, because he is a character. He really is a character, and I want to say he hasn't stopped being who he is up there. He said he was a bit windy down below sometimes as well, and he used to cough to try and hide it, but he coughed like almost 5 seconds afterwards, apparently, because it didn't hide it very well. And he's naming that tune in one. He says he's really like naughty. I know him. He's funny. I hope the blowing off made sense as well. Sorry to announce that over screen, but it had to be said.
Yeah.
Denise,
so remember granddad's with you. Nothing wrong with having a little nap, Shanice, but yeah, he would cough all the time, Polly, she's just said. There's nothing wrong with having a little nap yourself if you're recharging, but just be mindful of how much time you're spending doing that, and try and do something to get you out as well, brisk walk or something, or find more projects like the doll's house, but do it get out. What I want to say to you, all right?
Get out,
because Granddad will be following you otherwise.
He'll be stalking you. He's stalking me.
He'll be stalking you to get you out and cleanse that doll's house, he said. What's this? Holly, beautiful details. That's for you, Polly, I bet. Really enjoying your chats this afternoon. Thanks, Helen.
Oh, lovely you've all joined us.
Lovely
Tina.
being here to watch your Sunday sofa. Thank you for your company, and again, thank you both and Richard for being part of my celebrations last night. Love and light and positivity to you all.
Oh.
Tina, it was your lovely party and your beautiful dress that made us decide we were talking about positivity today. So thank you for inviting us.
She was pull my finger. No, Kimbo, go away.
I wonder when Kimbo was going to pop up.
Kimbo, go and pull your own finger and do it in a secluded room with the door closed.
Have we got anything, Mr. P, you want to add? Or have you gone to sleep there? Hello, Michelle. You on here. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you, Alison. All right. So, Mr. P, before we went live today, he went to the big Purple Holistic Fair in Chessington Way in England, for those that aren't in England watching us. He thoroughly enjoyed it. He said it was very good, and he said thank you to everyone that made him feel welcome. And yes, thank you if anyone on there's tuned in to watch us. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we might check that out ourselves.
That suddenly reminded me of, like when you do party dances at Butlins and things like that, and the Purple People Eater. Do you remember that song?
No.
You must remember that. Who remembers that?
I'm like thinking, not when I took my kids to Butlins. I never, no.
One-eyed, one-horn flying purple people leader. One-eyed,
no.
one-horn flying purple people leader. Sure looks good to me.
Definitely not.
Like
Definitely not. I must have been in the pool with my kids when they were doing the Purple Eater.
Purple Eater?
Purple Eater.
Purple People Eater. I bet somebody remembers it.
Thanks, Stace. Thank you for joining us.
Fantastic.
That's us then, isn't it? Because I said we'll squeeze one last one in. We've only got one viewer left because everyone left the show. There was me slipping up again. I should have kept you all guessing, but anyway, that's mean of you if you've all left. Hi, Sally. I saw Richard there. It looked good.
Oh,
she watched you. Were you filming there, Mr. P? Got your little camera out, did you? Sneaked it out and did a little filming.
High five, Crystal Giver.
Dawn Taylor. So someone very kindly did a live giveaway crystal on air at the fair. So how good's that? See, you just don't know where Mr. P's going to take. He's like Jeremy Beale, isn't he, for Game for Love? He's just going to turn out anywhere, that camera, and you just don't know what to expect.
Thank you, Holly Beckwith, for your lovely comment that we're fun. Joanne, God bless you all. And all who sail in you.
Oh, she said it. There's Dawn Taylor. Dawn's just said it was good. Can't wait to get my crystal.
Oh, well done, Dawn.
Oh, that's not good, is it? So,
Dawn, if he doesn't get it.
Well, if you've got it on your possession, get down the post office tomorrow and post it to Dawn Taylor. Terrible. Shirley Jones, fabulous. Thank you, ladies. You are both so funny. Love it. Thank you. Purple Feather Healing Star. Thank you. Purple Feather Healing.
Oh, that's lovely.
Okay. And we haven't rescheduled our late night show, have we? But we did say last night we're going to do it with Mr. P.
And God help you all.
Yeah.
And possibly, hopefully, the lovely Sam O'Neill as well.
Yeah.
So if you all want a bit of late night fun,
we're going to get Sam back and do it. Yeah. So
please let us know. Give us some encouragement.
We're going to throw some dates together. Make sure we all can do it, and we're going to do that because I know a lot of people were disappointed we cancelled.
Unfortunately, it was my fault, and I had a very, 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 very bad weekend and had 2 gallbladder attacks, and we did have to call the services.
What, did you have to call Nino?
Yeah, call a Nino. Kimbo's gonna miss us.
Oh, Kimbo, does this mean good news?
I don't know.
Yay, oh, brilliant. And can't he tune in to us over there? What do you mean you're going to miss us? Can't you tune in over there?
Not have Wi-Fi?
It's no excuse, is it?
Yeah.
Come on, Kimbo.
Something.
Get the Wi-Fi. Even if you have to go down to the internet cafes, get the Wi-Fi. You can still watch us. But that's good news. I did say to you that February was looking good for you, didn't I? See? I'm quite a good psychic, really.
You're not bad, eh?
I'm not a bad old psychic, me. That must be why I'm on this channel. Charmaine Welsh here from North Island. Oh, lovely.
Northern Ireland. Hey, Harry.
That was great. Thank you. You are welcome. And there was me feeling a bit rusty because I've missed it for a couple of times. Hardy, like fun sounds so wrong.
I don't know what PMSL means. I'm such an innocent soul.
Please, May. Spicer, look. I'm trying to keep that. Yeah. Anyway, Heidi, come pack it in. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. What did we end up with then, Mr. P? Did we lose loads of viewers due to my little faux pas? Probably. I'm sorry. Anyway, people, we lost 2. We lost the 2 that are watching us.
So we'll see you guys again
we will 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and we will look forward. Oh, sorry, go on. Mr. P is the dove from above.
Oh, so people in America. So So people that are watching us that are not in the UK and wondering who we're talking to, ourselves. It's not the divine one because we're not actually connecting that quickly. Mr. P is Mr. Producer, or Richard, as we sometimes call him, but we say Mr. P because it's quicker. He is the man behind SPTV, but he is the man literally behind SPTV because he won't come in front of the camera. He leaves us to do that. So he sets the shows up. He keeps us in line. He tells us off, and he puts all the comments in front of us. He is the man running it. We are the people talking. So that's who Mr. P is. He is Mr. Producer of SPTV. So sorry when we go on, like everyone assumes if they know what we're talking about. Yeah. I know some of my friends have said to me, who are you talking to? Because sometimes it looks like you're talking to someone else and not the screen. I went, I am talking sort of to someone else because Richard's in my ear talking to me, telling me to either shut up, move on, or whatever else. And it's funny, isn't it? Because I think people think we're literally doing this ourselves. But we are actually being produced and directed by Mr. P.
So Wendy Gawley.
Yeah, apart from the readings and whatever comes out of our mouth is us, we get told off afterwards.
Yeah, for being too.
But we literally don't do any of the camera work or set up. It's all done by Mr. P.
And Wendy Gawley says she used to love shooting stars, but I actually found it on because my partner hadn't ever seen it, being Spanish, and so we googled it and found a few episodes, and I was crying all over again. It's like Duff my butt, like, whoo, whoo. When he does that, what does he say when he used to do this singing? I can't remember, a club style singing, and you had to guess what the song was. That was always so funny. Holly, I am across the
body
of water in Connecticut, US.
Oh. We call it, I've got friends out in Florida, and we call it across the pond, Holly. That's how me and my American friends communicate. Across the pond. We're just across the pond from each other.
Oh, and Cunningham's
look.
little picture. Very cute.
Well, we are definitely going now, people. We are definitely going. So get yourselves all geared up for whatever's on tonight. Oh, pulse yourself, if he's mediumship. And make sure you tune in tomorrow for the lovely Alison and Matt and Kirsty. And we will see you in a fortnight, won't we?
We will.
So take care.
TTFN.
Bye. TTFN or whatever. Bye.